The following is a special presentation of the PDF Sports Network.
What up? What up, what up, what up, what up? Hope everybody's doing well. We have not as early as usual with Pat, or not so early with Pat, or any variation thereof. However, regardless, we're going to check in. Let's see. What we got? However, there we go. Good stuff. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So we're going to check in and share to all the groups. Good morning to all my football fam. Tap everybody in. Good morning. What up, Joe? I know there's a couple of folks that are ready to chat about some football. We had some great football yesterday. Let me just make sure I share it to all the pages first. We had a big time championship game in the MPA or whatever it is. But first, all my EFA people, good morning. New York City people, good morning. Independent folks. Bleezy Page, what up? Players Lounge, what up, New England? How are you? MPA Talk, there you go. They're going to give me a rundown. We got to talk playoffs with them and see what they're doing now, because now you got Racine, who came into the year as this big hyped entity, finishes 7-4. So now it's who's the national champ, and the Ravens. No disrespect to them, but we had the conversation about one of these big dog teams come into Brooklyn to play the Seminoles. And their thing was that we're so accomplished, blah, blah, blah. And then the team that said that goes 7-4. So, yeah, not looking good. But anyway, semipro headquarters, got it. PA people, what up? Network, what up? Lounge, I'll do without. Yeah. Big shout out to Slip for the advertising, even with the indirects and the subs. I'm just not an indirect or sub type of dude, but yeah, appreciate the advertising with the way too early subs. Cool. All right, I think we're good. We're there. All right, cool. So first thing on the docket, let's talk about this championship game in the Players Association. You had the Detroit Ravens beating Racine Raiders pretty handedly in Detroit. So the whole home field advantage, when you talk about last year, Racine was able to march through the GDFL playoffs by having nearly all home games. So if there's anybody out here from the Midwest that wants to talk their stuff or what have you, I am all for it. However, the first thing you're going to have to talk about is all the stuff that we heard in the preseason about how Racine is a different brand of football. It's basically not even semi-pro. It is professional development, blah, 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 to cut above, blah, blah, blah. And then they went 7-4 where they had a real schedule and needed to travel. So that's gonna sting a bit. But I'm here for the explanation, and I'm not for the automatic. Let's just pivot and then crown Detroit as the best team in the land because, again, the folks in the Northeast, which I'm biased towards, I'll be the first one to say it, have been playing real type schedules for a while. So that's going to be a tough one. So it is what it is. So let's go over to the New England Football League real quick for this schedule from yesterday. Reading it off. 8-3, there you go. Middleborough Cobras won 24-6 over Glens Falls. The New England Bombers continue their tear through the NEFL AAA with a 26-21 win over the Boston Bandits. It looked like a pretty good game. Mill City Eagles 32-0 over GSD. In the AA division, you have Windsor Flyers 41-18 over Haverhill Hitmen. And the Massachusetts Warriors take a victory over the Longhorns of Middlesex County, 28-8. Single A action, Rhode Island Riptide ripped into the New England Black Panthers, 41-0. So yeah, Detroit was where, Detroit Ravens. True. So that is the NEFL scores from yesterday. Now, as it stands, and I'm going to come out with my rankings probably by the end of the day today, my updated rankings. At the top of the rankings of the NEFL, let's talk about AAA first, because obviously those are the big boys. Wait till the Patt community work. Very nice. So the New England Bombers are 7-0. And have scored 252 points and only surrendered 74 points. Now, when you look at the AAA conference for NEFL, the Bombers at 7-0, let's look at the competition that they're playing. Middleborough Cobras, pretty big-time team. Mill City Eagles, very good team as well. Boston Bandits, storied franchise. Glens Falls Green Jackets, although not doing too good now, storied franchise. And then GSD, who has championships themselves. So when you're talking about from top to bottom, AAA NEFL is looking pretty competitive. So we're going to have to give their undefeated first-place team some respect. 7-0, I mean, that's all you could do is win the games on your schedule, but their schedule is actually pretty tough. The Ravens beat the dog piss out of Racine 42-16, I think it was. In the AA division, the Windsor Flyers are 4-0. And right now they have scored 204 points and have only surrendered 47. So that's the AA team, Windsor, Connecticut, I believe that is. And they play Haverhill Hitmen, Rhode Island Raptors, Massachusetts Warriors, Middlesex County Longhorns, and they do some crossover games with Single A level. Rhode Island Riptide, 3-0 undefeated. New London County Silverbacks are 3-1. And then filling out the rest is the Black Panthers, Vermont Ravens, and then the Metro West Golden Badgers. And that is the NEFL, which is the top league in the New England area. In the other league, you have the ECFL, who are down to... that's a good question. So it looks as though, from the looks of it, the Connecticut Lightning have folded. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's what it is looking like. And the Connecticut Lightning lost. Well, they forfeited 6-0 is the way that they denote a forfeit. So that makes the ECFL down to 6 teams altogether. Valley Generals, Northeast Bulls, Troy City Titans, Tri-State Bruins, Randolph Oilers, and the Rhode Island, or the Rhodey Ravens, as they call themselves. So that's their 6 teams. Actually, 6 of them were not in action. Rhodey Ravens got a forfeit because they had the Lightning scheduled yesterday. Northeast Bulls beat the Tri-State Bruins 44-8 at Falcon Field in Connecticut. And the Valley Generals, who seem to be the tough team up there, yes, the New England Bombers are mostly those Admirals players. So, yes, they're a very formidable team. So, in the ECFL, the top team is Valley Generals, 34-6 win over the Randolph Oilers. So, how competitive will the ECFL be? Well, the Valley Generals are off to a 4-0 start, and they have scored 110 points, only surrendering 26 points. Northeast Bulls are at 5-1. Troy City is at 4-1. And then the Tri-State Bruins are at 4-3. I guess with the forfeits and stuff, this is how it's kind of shaking out, because the bottom three teams, Randolph Oilers are 1-4, Rhody Ravens are 1-4. So there seems to be some extra wins in there, but it is what it is. Let's focus on the Valley Generals for a second, because I'm definitely going to check them out. Just again, if you're talking about comparing league to league, and you get a chance to see the best that each league has to offer, you get a chance to really get the feel on, you know, the AA, AAA commentary on another level. So here we go. Valley Generals opened up their season beating the Northeast Bulls 22-20, a very tough game at Falcon Field. Then they got two straight shutouts, beating the Bruins 12-0, causing part of the Lightning issue with a 42-0 drubbing of the Lightning. The week after that, they had a game with the Rhody Ravens, which I was actually supposed to call, that got postponed because of the player that got into the car accident. Hopefully he's making a speedy recovery. And then yesterday they beat the Randolph Oilers 34-6. So they've been on a tear lately, so we're going to have to check them out and see what they're about. So in the ECFL, I see Troy City, interesting enough. Troy City is a team that's also pretty impressive out there, so we'll see what they got too. So, and that is the ECFL for you. In the EFA yesterday, I was able to check out the Bandits versus Kingston Lions game. Now, the Kingston Lions, they are, they came out in the spring kind of shaky. I mean, we were kind of like still seeing the way that they were as the Hudson County Mountaineers, and there was a lot of, oh, thank you, sir. And there was a lot of skepticism about the Lions, and they were one of the pleasant surprises that delivered this spring. And it appears as though the Lions program are going to continue that into the summertime, as they really did play a very good game yesterday. They got out early. They were up on the Bandits. You're about to go back to that number. They got up on the Bandits early. They were in control up until halftime. In fact, they scored a touchdown right before half on Bandit mistakes, but they took advantage of those mistakes, including a debacle on a punt, which is part of my conversation today about you guys and these penalties and these referees. I know that the weekly thing is to talk about how bad the refs are, but I'm going to be honest with you, you guys are pretty bad when it comes to these rules, because every single play. It was, by the way, I was on the Bandit sideline, but I heard both sides. You guys in these complaining about calls is just, it's absurd. Like, yes, we get it. Holding could be called on every single play. We get it. But every single play, you're talking to the referee about what they're calling or what they're not calling. It's not going to help you. It never helps you. And then to make stupid penalties, I mean, like the personal fouls, and it seems as though 15 yards is the standard issue when it comes to a touchdown, because guys don't know how to celebrate without taunting the other team, which is also kind of crazy, because it almost cost the Bandits dearly on one of them. Extracurriculars after the whistle, not the celebration, but just extracurriculars after the whistle. It was a lot. So nonetheless, football was played, and the Bandits came back. Great throw and catch from David Ugarte to Ray Toledo. Toledo had a little fingertip catch underneath. Ball was fit in a very tight window. Absolute great play by David Ugarte, and absolutely fantastic catch by Ray Toledo. And that's what gave the Bandits the go-ahead score. Funny enough, to all those that are talking about my spreads and such, I ended up being in last place when it comes to my picks. But that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is the fact that the spread was 6.5 and the Bandits won by 6. That was actually pretty spot on. And at 2-point conversion they should have gotten. But yeah, whatever. So it was right there for the tanking. In the other EFA game, the New York Demon Knights, Empire State Demon Knights, whatever you want to call them. On the website it says New York Demon Knights. Not sure why I always call them Empire State, but whatever. Went up to Connecticut, played the Tar Heels, and beat them 18-6, late touchdown, put the Connecticut Tar Heels up on the board. But Demon Knights look like they're a pretty solid team, and Sean Spencer reminded me that I picked against them, and that's why I'm in last place when it comes to the picks. But I'm going to do better this year. I'm a slow starter too, so don't count me out quite yet. And then the Gravediggers had the bye week, and that is the EFA. On to the... I was about to say MLF. On to the LAL. So LAL had some great games on the schedule. The first one was not a great game. It was the shocker of the week, which was the Brooklyn Pharaohs getting absolutely lambasted by the New York Bears. And in that one, it wasn't even close. 35-0, and the Pharaohs got trounced pretty early. If you looked at Drewski's live yesterday, just talking about what possibly went wrong. So I guess the question going into the next week is going to be, hey, is this just like a freak thing that they needed to shake off and keep it moving? Keep poking the bear. or is this an indication that maybe the Bears are just that legit? Possibly. Or are the Pharaohs not as good as we thought they were? Lamb-based, yes, indeed. Yeah, it was. They got mollywopped. They got absolutely destroyed. It helped that they were at home, but again, the Bears just win. That's what it is. They just win. So, I posed the challenge earlier in the week about what would the Bears do now that they're not going to be able to sneak up on anybody, and I think I got my answer. The answer is they're gonna play football. They're gonna go downhill. And by the way, that offensive line for the Bears was looking very impressive, especially toward the later part of the game when it was just time to kill clock and move it and get out there with the win when everything was all said and done. Something like that I pay attention to, because later on in the year you may need an opportunity where you need to run clock and possess the ball and drive down the field, and they showed that they could do that. I believe somebody said that Reem had 2 pick sixes. He had at least 1 pick six and a lot of turnovers. So for the Pharaohs, it's week 3, so those type of turnovers should not be occurring, but they are. And that was pretty much it for the Bears game. Seminoles Sharks, which was the game of the week. Sharks now dropped to 0-2. Sharks were in control of that game early, especially as people were hearing what was going on with the Pharaohs. I think the attachment to what the Noles were doing, kind of we were looking at, and some people were hoping that Brooklyn was going to have a rough day across the board, and there might be a need to do a wellness check over by the Brooklyn Bridge. However, the Noles stayed the course, got themselves together, ended up coming back and winning that game against the Jersey Sharks. So now, where does that leave the Sharks? Well, 0-2, and now you're going into a Pharaohs game where, dare we say, must win. And when I say must win, all of this is really about, and I assume that 4 teams make the playoffs, because it's a 6-team league at this particular point. 2, 4, 6, yeah, 7-team league at this point. So if 4 teams make the playoffs, now we're talking about, playoff positioning. So 6-team league. Yes, sorry, 6-team league. We're talking about positioning as to who's going to get the better matchup, and that's what the conversation is going to be for a lot. Sharks play the Bears this week. Oh, Sharks and Bears this week. I'm sorry, I had that incorrect. My bad. Let me look at the schedule. By the way, you guys got to update your websites. Week 3. Sharks and Bears, yes. August 9th. And Pharaohs play East Penn this week. They got the Bears. My apologies. So Pharaohs play East Penn, and the Pharaohs are at home. So will the Pharaohs be able to recover? All 6 should make it. Woo, okay. Let's talk about it, Steph. Steph, are you available? This should be an interesting conversation. All 6. I don't know. I like elimination football before and it appears here that it's an 8-game season. Hey,
Why you?
before you say anything, introduce yourself to the people, your name and your number, what team you play for. That's the team. Team Pool. Back in the same vibes. What up, Bleez?
Yo, man.
Are you on mute? You hanging out with Ramsey too much? You're on mute.
I don't know. You can't hear me?
Do I hear you? Maybe my volume is low. See, I sat there and made fun of you. And can you guys
Me?
hear Lova? Oh, yeah, it was definitely my volume. Good.
Nah, the only reason I said all 6 should make it because that's just gonna be a quick play of Final Four and the chip, just out like that. At least if all 6 make it, the first 2 teams get a bye. They can do that little thing, and they do.
Okay.
So you get the first 2 teams a bye. At least 3 to play 6, 4 to play 5, and then they both home teams get a home game. I mean, the top 2 teams get a home game. You win, you win.
Okay. So my question to you would be, at what point of the season are we going to get bullshit games if all 6 make it?
I mean, they all will be jockeying for position at this point. The way the season already is like going down, so I think like that makes meaningful football. Because if you're only saying 4 teams gonna make it, then 2 teams are gonna start playing BS football. If all 6 teams only got a chance, maybe the 6th place team might not feel that good because they see who's on top. But I mean, that's better. That's a better chance fighting than just taking what they give you.
Oh, it's interesting take. I'd like to see personally. I'm not. I'm thinking no, but I'm not completely like, oh, you're crazy. Nah, only because I'd like to see, like we had in the spring, where it was playoff football in like week 7 and week 8, where they knew, it's win or go home, but it's still the regular season. I like the win or go home scenarios in the regular season rather than
Do you think that still would be? Do you think that still would be valid in a 16 and there's a 16 league?
after 8 weeks of football. That's a good question, because in the spring it was 6 weeks of football. It was 6 games.
Yeah.
So eight games. I don't know. It's the attention span is what I'm worried about. Whether people can hold their attention for that long and not get repetitive. And will seeding make that much of a difference if you're talking about the top 4 teams in the league?
That's what I'm saying. Like, so the way this joint is shaping out already is wild, bro.
Correct.
It's shaping out. Why somebody's gonna be in 5th? What's the 6 teams? Let me see. See it for me.
So you got Bears, you got Knowles, who are both 2-0 right now, right?
Yes, yeah. I know the record. I
then
you just want to hit bottom teams.
Right, and then you got the Pharaohs at 1-1,
Mm-hmm.
East Penn at 1-1,
Mm-hmm.
and then the Sharks at 0-2, and then and the Silk City
The
Sharks
Sharks
at
blew the
0-2.
bag yesterday. Oh my god.
Yeah, the Sharks are 0 for 4. It's been a rough day at the beach for Jersey.
I'm telling you. So if
Sheesh.
that's the case, so you telling that's what I'm saying. Like, if it was to be only 4 teams making it, then both Sharks. I think only Silk City would be the only team that would tap out if it was a 16 players. Now, if you do 14 players to get it right out the way, I mean that's always cool too. But
So you don't think that EPR and the Jersey Sharks scrapping in week 7 and week 8 to make the playoffs isn't a better storyline than, all right, everybody made it, so now and then you get the whole our real team is coming now for a whole entire freaking week.
I say this. I say scrapping for a playoff position that late in the season is always exciting, but now all these 6 teams that's in this league minus I'm gonna say I keep it real, I don't care. 5 of them 6 teams are like good teams that could pull like upsets off against any of the teams almost, or playing good games. So I'm just saying that kind of a playoff atmosphere I think will be lit. Is because it's full football, I feel like an extra week of that football will be lit. Like, you understand that? Like, that'll be a good week. Right now, who's the 3rd place team? The Pharaohs. They will play Silk City right now, and then East Penn will play.
It's Pharaohs and East Penn
At 3 and 6. The Pharaohs at 3 and East Penn is at 6. No, I thought you said the Sharks.
No, East Penn's 1-1, and so is the Pharaohs. So East Penn and the Pharaohs are both 1-1.
Right. So just say it, but that just put Pharaohs at 3. Then they will play Silk City Sharks, and then East Penn will play the Blue Sharks. And
No.
who's in 6th place? Silk City.
So you have okay. So let's call it the Pharaohs at the 3, and then the Jersey Sharks and Silk City Sharks will be battling for the 6.
Right. So my question to you then, by doing that, do you think that would be a bad first round playoff matchup?
Do I want to see Pharaohs and Silk City Sharks? No, I don't.
That's the only team. But if you say Pharaohs any of them teams, you're like, you'll take it.
Well, the other one would be nah.
And then who gets
Jersey.
left out? 1-4. Okay.
So Jersey Sharks and EPR. I don't want to see that either.
That you don't want to see that?
No, I don't want to see
Okay,
that.
so
Especially if I already saw it in the regular season. I don't want to see that.
So why would you want to see Pharaohs Bears again then? You just
Why
saw
would
it in
I
the regular
want to see
season.
Pharaohs Bears?
You just saw it in the regular season.
Yeah, but that no. Let me answer it. That's a great question. Great question. Let me explain.
Here you go.
I
Let me
don't want to see.
explain. By the way, I love the jersey.
Appreciate it. So I don't want to see. I don't necessarily want to see Bears and Pharaohs again. However, I want to see the Pharaohs battle through 3 weeks of football on the back end to avoid playing the Bears to try to get better seeding to get out of that 4 spot. That I want to see.
Which I agree, but I'm just saying we were just talking about why would you wouldn't want to see that matchup again. So if we go 1-4, who 1-4 would be right now would be who? Who gets left out? Both Sharks?
So right now, if it was the top 4, it would be Bears versus East Penn, and Knowles versus Pharaohs.
Now this is me just thinking real quick. Give me 5 seconds to think. Let me just think.
Oh. And
Yeah,
that's again.
maybe 14
Maybe I made
playoffs is a little better. Yeah, 14 is a little better. Are we just gonna
Yeah, like because I get that you're doing a lot to try to set up that one game in the first week of the playoffs. I'm thinking about how the last at least the last 2 weeks, if not the last 3 weeks of the spring, was us talking about not the green wave, not the freaking.
What are you talking about? We're talking about how many teams should make the playoffs, bro. What do you mean it's only 1 week? We're not talking about. We're just talking hypothetically in scenarios. You got to open your ears, my guy.
Yeah, Harvey, what are we talking about? Harvey, it is one game. So that means even more of a reason. So if we were talking about everybody making the playoffs, then that one game doesn't really matter. That's the heart of the debate. Nobody is discounting the Pharaohs at all, period.
Yeah,
however, if the Pharaohs have to battle for their playoff lives because
that game is going to
they had
matter.
a hiccup,
just lost.
Right? So we know this. You guys have to get some help to get the 1 seed now. And we've only played 2 weeks of football, but we do know that the Pharaohs need help to get to the 1 seed. That's a fact.
Now they do.
Pat,
now they do. Cool. So if you had a hiccup yesterday, which I hope you did, because 35-0 is crazy. If yesterday was a hiccup, cool, no problem. You can't have any more hiccups, and there's a lot of football to be played. That's interesting.
Especially if you're thinking about that 14 playoffs. So yeah, the hiccups got to stop.
The hiccups got to stop.
One thing that happened yesterday was they had a hiccup, and the Sharks had a hiccup, bro. That was probably the best chance they would have had to beat the Nose, and they let them just take it from them.
Right. So if we're
big yesterday,
if we're saying the Pharaohs for the rest of their schedule, like they can have a hiccup. It literally is who can have.
I feel like the Pharaohs can beat. I feel like the Pharaohs is the one team that can be the 4 seed and be okay.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
When it was Gators, Knowles, Pharaohs in the conference thing, because of the thing that the Hawkeyes did, the Gators had to play the Knowles in that first round game that we
Yeah.
ended up losing. That killed us. Because that one Hawkeye game was the difference between us having a bye. Because remember, Silk City ended up forfeiting to the Pharaohs. They didn't have
Yep.
to play in the first round,
Yep.
I remember. Good
right?
memory, Pat. I remember that. Yeah.
Indeed. In fact, that
So
was the
Pat,
reason why.
wouldn't this be more interesting though? If the Pharaohs do, for some strange reason, end up in a 4 seed worst case scenario, I don't want to be the first place team. I'm not trying to play them the first round. No
So
way.
so the stakes is high with
So
4.
now the 6 is out of there. You got me with you on your timing.
Okay, there we
You got me
go.
with
There
you
we
on your
go.
time. I told you give me 5 seconds to think, and I'm like, hold on, 4 is better. If we're
Right.
talking about what we talking about here, 4 is better. I'm
Which
saying 6 because I just thought that for some strange reason. But nah, you're right. Nah, I don't see them doing no. I'm not gonna be
right.
hypothetical. No.
So that means Bleezy's got to be in playoff mode, like in week 6. We got to be talking like it's playoff week, starting week
Because
6.
they got 8 weeks in a season.
8. It looks like 8 games. Hold on, 2, 4, 6, 8. Wait, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8. It says here there's 9. I believe there's 8, but
No, that
I
can't
could
be.
be wrong.
It ain't even 9 teams in there.
I owe push-ups. I'm not gonna lie, and I should have never went against the grain. The Bears did not play.
Says the winner of the picks this week. Ramsey is now is not the time for you to be humble, Ramsey. Now's not the time to be humble. He
Guys,
went
I've
8
been
and
waiting for this moment forever. I want to thank you, Pat. You're the man, lover. You've been the man guiding from a distance. I see you. Yes, sir. This trophy goes to y'all
this dude went
every
this
week.
dude went 8-2.
You almost
Hunch,
pulled a clean car. You almost pulled a bubble by yourself.
he did. He did.
Listen,
Hunch
man.
went 7-3. I try to be tricky with it, and the
So,
bandits did me filthy. Bandits did be filthy on the 2-point conversion, man. 6.5 point spread, and they ended up winning by 6.
the Bandits, boy.
Yeah. They're looking good though, man.
Indeed.
They are looking good. We're gonna see what's going on. I'm actually very much impressed that the Bandits were able to reload and get as much talent as they have now, with all the talent that they left going to the LAL. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
I think that's pretty good.
I feel like
And
I feel like it's
the
another
Kingston
time.
Lions. Shout out to Dariel and the Kingston Lions for still kind of keeping that. We're still going to build this program, do what we have to do, keep our players from spring going into summer this year like they did last year.
You like that
Ramsey,
quarterback?
So it
Ramsey,
looks
the
like
Lions look good.
yes,
You
The
like the
Lions
quarterback?
look
Do you
they
like
do.
the
the quarterback?
Lions the
They
Lions
do.
look
They do. They
better.
do. They do. They do.
The Lions look better than they did in the spring. If it was this
Did they?
Lions team
No,
versus the
what
spring
you
Lions
saying
team,
that the Lions beginning
I'm
in the spring?
That running back they had,
stamp
that
it,
running back's now though, so I don't know.
bro. Stamp it. And their passing attack, they had 2 guys throwing the ball pretty well, and of course they
Yeah,
have
shout out to
Fish.
Fish,
They have Fish over
Fish,
there, but
Casamigos. Yeah, Casamigos running that pill over there.
Casamigos was running the pill. But they got a line. They
Casamigos
did
running the
well.
pill. That shit gonna last for 2 weeks.
No, 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 no. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. And I had this conversation with a few of those guys. They have a lot of veterans over there, veterans that you guys don't know about. And those veterans, I saw it live. I saw it live action. When somebody said something to Casa and he started doing that eye bug out thing where he starts to even turn his shoulders to the sideline, Cats was like, nah, turn the fuck around. Turn around. No, nope.
2 weeks.
Don't even. That's it.
I'm
And he
giving it
just
2 weeks.
That's all you giving them.
Shit, something
that's
gonna
a,
happen. Casa be
I
back.
got faith, man. It's the right people in the right spots, man. That's what
Oh
it
yeah,
is.
shout out to
But
Stitch, shout out to Dariel and everybody else on that coaching staff over there.
yeah, they did it well. They did well. I would say if it was the Lions summer team versus Lions spring team, I'd have the Lions summer team favored by 8.5.
I don't know, man. I feel you, I guess. But I don't know, man. That running back is really different. Joey is his name, I
What are
think.
we saying? What are we saying is the biggest threat to like the top 2 teams in the LAL though?
LAL, yeah. Yo, shout out to Quincy, man.
Yeah, definitely shout out to them.
Indeed.
Not
So
bad.
what did you say about the LAL?
Early season looking what would you say is like the two things that the Nose and the Bears just got over everybody else in the league?
That's a good question. The Bears are very well coached, and they play for 60 minutes, and that's very tough to get semi-pro players to do. The ADD kicks in. You've heard me plenty of times say this to teams. The team that can lock in for every single play during the course of a football game, that's the team that has a distinct advantage. I don't care how much talent you have. So there, even in the Bandits game yesterday, there was times in which, because the Bandits have a lot of new players, as you mentioned, there was times in which mentally, a couple of those Bandit players just mentally checked out, and you could just tell they were in la la land and such. And that's when the ties started to swing back and forth, or whatever. What I was impressed by when it came to the Knowles, at least watching it on film, I wish I saw it in person. The way that they kept their composure even when they were down.
Yeah, because watching that game live, they definitely could have just tweaked out, because there's a lot of
I need to watch that shit.
it's a lot.
That shit was amazing,
It's a lot of what the people saying is true. There's a lot of new faces playing in that defense. Yeah, we got the veterans that we normally, but the people that gotta make plays when it gets happen, couple new faces. They got a couple vets. So the secondary isn't automatically the same. The defense automatically the same. So after seeing them get attacked like that, and then I'm bouncing back and holding it down the way they did, it was you better watch out. It don't matter who's over there, they're gonna make something shake. So that's a big shout out to their coaching staff too as well. That's
Indeed. Harvey did caught the late. See, that's why I have to go earlier, because Harvey did's trying to pick an argument. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. See, if this was 9:00 in the morning, he wouldn't have as much fight in him. However, Harvey, where did the Pharaohs go from here? And I guess that's the next question, because he says he hates media. And in these cases, you should.
There's no way but up.
They only can go up from this one. That's probably the worst loss they took in their organization history.
The worst. And they might
but
have
the one thing I do give them, one thing I can say, bro, the Bears always play good against them, bro. So it could have just been one of them days where the Bears just played good again. They came to play. They was hitting on all cylinders. The foul probably still figuring it out, getting together. And Chappelle, there you go. You got spanked. They only could be better from this. I can't see them not being better. I can't see going another 1 or 2 games without scoring. I can't see 35 or 28, whatever it was, getting put up on that defense. So it can't get no worse. They 1-1, so they at least know what they got to do. They just got to this is one of the games where you just yo, fuck that shit. It happened, bro. Watch the film, get over it. Don't harp on it. Don't harp on it. And yeah, let's make it shake. So I'm glad they got the players and the energy and talent to do that. If y'all disagree, let me hear it.
Indeed. And Harvey has a great point. They just got to bounce back. And bounce back is not a 1-week thing, because this week they got EPR, but they got EPR in Brooklyn. So that's a good start. Again, no disrespect to EPR, because they won their game, but they won their game against a team that they were supposed to beat. So
EPR is 1-1, right?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. If we talking 14 playoffs, they can't lose this game.
Right, there you go. So this is a game that you need, and it's a winnable game, and you can kind of put some pressure on your guys to get them in the mode of, hey, we're going to be playing some big time football, and we have to have our energy up all the time. Now, my question to right. So my question to Harvey, since he's on the wire, because one thing I cannot get from just watching film is, what was the Pharaohs' energy like in pregame going into the game? Because I know that drive gets on your nerves. Driving
across. Feeling good. Pharaohs was dancing on the sideline, was doing anything, feeling good. But that drive is there. Them motherfuckers play good at that field, bro. Dumb Bears play good at that field, bro.
And I'm not gonna hold you, bro. It was a shock to see Christian Grizzle out there on the Bears too. You got Grizzle on the Bears now?
Right, absolutely. So who said that? Wait. So here's the thing. Just because I said that the Bears have great coaches does not mean that Light and Juju are not great coaches.
They are great coaches.
In weeks past, I made it a point to mention them by name specifically. We even had Light on last week talking about the Pharaohs being well coached. So it's got to be a players thing to tell you the truth, because we know it's not a coach's thing, especially at 35-0. That's not a coach's
No,
thing.
that shit is
Because
that is a whole team thing. I got something to do with lighting them too, because I got to put a bucket up.
Hold on, shout out to DC. He said it's
Right.
going to be the same four we all expected in the playoffs: Knowles, Barrows, Pharaohs, and Jersey Sharks. EPR ain't better than the Sharks.
Yeah, Daryl. If you look at the
I agree,
if you look at the standings right now, the Sharks are not in. So where do the Jersey Sharks go from here?
Right.
Where are they getting wins from?
Are we supposed to just automatically assume because that's what y'all want us to do? Let it play out. What do y'all want us to do? Y'all want us to report what's going on or report what we think is going on?
Pat, let's
What
do
do y'all
some film
want?
review. I got it right here.
Right. Now here's the thing, because I'm not sure. Here's the wild card to it, and that's why Daryl, you shouldn't talk. You shouldn't say those things without breaking down the background first. So if we're 8 games, right, and it says 9 games, so I'm not sure if they're playing 9, 10, or 8, but whatever it is, there are not 9 teams. Yeah, but Daryl, how many teams are in the league? So if there are less teams
5
than games, you're going to be playing somebody twice. You're going to be playing a couple teams twice. So now, this is what makes it very interesting, by the way. Who has the luck of the draw? Who's playing who twice, right?
Right.
I think
So,
Bears
for
and
We
example,
Pharaohs
went
play
through that.
twice.
As the
I
Gators,
think
we
Bears
went
and
through that, bro. But we had
right?
to play everybody, and the Pharaohs didn't play everybody. Or didn't play us right to sound like that.
Nah, yeah, that
Right.
was
So,
21-22, yeah.
right. So now the Sharks, when you're sitting there looking at their schedule, and then you're like, well, they still have to play EPR. Well, we still have to play Silk City. They still have to play Silk City, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, those are wins right there. But are you playing those teams twice? Well, EPR, you have, according to the website, let me just go by opponents. They only have the Sharks once, and they only have East Penn once. But they have the Seminoles twice.
The Sharks?
Yeah.
Oh, they
So let me
could.
say let me say that again, right? And this is also part of the recipe for that 14 playoff to be crazy looking like BCS style. There's going to be some hurt feelings
Yes.
because people that don't look at the schedule don't think of these things. So the Jersey Sharks, right? The Jersey Sharks think about they have to play the Seminoles twice. They got to play the Bears twice.
Oh, have a good night, Jersey Sharks. See y'all next year.
They got to play the Pharaohs twice.
Have a good night.
Still,
Ramsey, Jersey Sharks. Have a good night.
Wait, hold on.
That's
Flip,
what it's.
read the schedule again, please. Because
They
that was
play
crazy.
the Nose, the Pharaohs, and the Bears twice. Have a good night.
This is what it says on hosted. Now,
That's the gauntlet right there.
could they
Have
have
a good night.
now? Could they
The
have changed
gauntlet.
this? They could have changed it. I
It's
do not
semi-pro.
know.
They could change it.
They could have changed it. However, if what
Drewski,
is
we
if
need
what
you.
is on
Where's
hosted is
Drewski at,
accurate,
Pat? Add Drewski, Pat.
We need you, Drewski. This is crazy.
This is
Right?
crazy, Pat.
So the
Can
Sharks
you
might be the
show the
best team
schedule
to not
so
make
the
it?
camera do something?
I know. Yeah, we got to think about this, right? You only see the Silk City Sharks once. You only see East Penn
One,
once. You see that Bears logo twice. You see that Knowles logo twice. You see that Pharaohs logo
twice.
twice.
Have a
So
good
before
night.
you sit there and
Then they got
say
a bye
we're
week at the end
good,
of the season.
Ramsey, you see this?
I'm looking.
That means have a good night.
right? So now, whatever you thought, and again, this is why I said Pat Bleezy, he knows what he talk about sometimes. Not on the picks this week, but he knows what he's talking about sometimes. When I said 14 playoff, look, somebody might be playing for their lives pretty early.
But I'm not gonna lie, like
And it
even though the
looks
Gotta
like the
Sharks
take a
play
Jersey
shot.
tonight,
Sharks
the Sharks
will be
might have to
playing for,
play. Go ahead, I'm sorry, Pat. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
they might have to play for their lives early.
No, they playing for their lives.
They're playing for their
Now.
lives now. Now check this out.
Now.
With them playing both teams, like the top
Now.
team
Who they play the next
twice,
2
they're gonna
weeks?
win. They're gonna win some.
Who they got
They're
the
not
next
going
2
on 5 to
weeks?
begin the season. The Sharks not going on 5. Yeah.
So who they got the next 2 weeks?
Okay, let's talk about that for a second. So the Sharks have the Bears,
Next,
right? At home. And then they go at the Seminoles. And then at the Pharaohs. So let's be honest real quick. You're gonna and this is how it stacks up to be pretty great because Harvey Dent was just
Oh, you
talking
good.
about how the Pharaohs got to get it together 100%. Now the Pharaohs trying to get it together in week 5 and maybe not maybe having a hiccup along the way. Now you're playing a Pharaohs team.
Private Inspector Lover.
So the Pharaohs are going to be sitting there in we can't have a hiccup mode, and you're playing them in week 5 or
So let me use your
their
question.
5th game of the season.
Sit on top.
So
Can you please put your camera pad again so I can see that?
Huh?
so Pharaohs, you already took a loss. Knowles, you already took a loss. You got Bears, Knowles, Pharaohs next up. Where's the
Have
win?
a good night.
Where's
Can
the
I just
win?
say have a good night?
The
They're gonna
wins
be
come
right
the
here
second
swimming
round.
in
The
the pool or
wins
something,
come the
man.
second round.
So the Sharks
wins
are beating the Bears this week.
next time.
How?
This week the Sharks are beating the Bears.
I think the Bears are rolling. I think the Sharks have a better chance of beating anybody the second time they see them.
Okay, but now here's the problem with that. Great, that's an awesome analysis. Here's the problem: you get the Bears now while they're scorching hot, coming off a ass kicking fiesta against the Pharaohs, right?
Yes.
And you get them at home, and we're still sitting here like I gotta stop not picking the Bears. I have to pick the Bears this week to beat the Sharks. 0-2 versus 2-0. I gotta
Yeah.
pick
I,
the,
the,
the
the thing
Bears,
about it is,
not
when
right?
you asked me the other day to pick a team, I contemplated. I wanted,
Right.
I'm not gonna say what I wanted to pick, but I was
So,
close.
but wait,
And
but did you figure out? But did you figure out what that means in terms of the second time that they play in September?
No.
do I
Guess
figure out
where
what
it's
that
at?
means? Well, I mean, but if they lose out until then, they're probably gonna
No,
be
no,
Pat,
no,
can
no,
y'all
two
hear
or
me
no.
three.
still? Can y'all
Yeah,
hear me?
you're good. Ramsey, focus up, dude. If
All
the
right.
Sharks are hosting the Bears this week,
Who's
what does
Fresh
that
Amo?
mean in
What team
September?
Fresh Amos play for?
Hold that
Sorry.
thought for a second. Answer my question.
Go
If
ahead, go
the
ahead, Pat. I
Sharks,
heard.
if the Sharks are hosting the Bears this week while the Bears are scorching hot in September for
Bears.
the rematch, where is that game being played?
It's being played at Bears Land
Yeah.
in
So
September.
yes, it's hard. It's difficult to beat a team twice, but damn, you're playing them at home at the worst possible time after the ass kicking fiesta, and then later on you got to go into Bear Country to try to possibly split if you lose this week.
Okay, I didn't know the where they were playing prior to knowing this. Okay, so that
Right?
makes a lot of sense. It's going to be tougher, but just knowing football, I mean, of course, not as
We
much as
lost.
some of the other
Okay, this
professionals. It's like they got
Amos.
happening.
Amos, I can get you up on here and you can defend this. You said we lost by 4 points total against two top teams. Stop it. Unfortunately, the standings don't stop. The standings are
The
what's going to
standards do
dictate,
not care
and
about the points.
they don't. They don't. And you're going to have to flip some
Yo,
wins.
so look,
We're at,
Pat, this is what I'm saying. Oh, Pat, hold on. Can you please tell me the next 3 opponents that the Sharks is playing, bro?
the next 3 opponents that the Sharks are playing are the Bears at home, the Knowles in Brooklyn, and the Pharaohs in Brooklyn.
They are about to lose 4 straight games, bro.
So,
Bro, they got the potential, bro. They better tighten up, bro. They better tighten up, bro. It's looking bad. I don't know. Who's the team? Who's the next
I'm
team?
not
Sharks is
I'm not
out of there.
saying they're going to start off 0-5.
Why you
I'm
not
not
saying
I'm
that?
not
Tell me who they're gonna beat in these next games. If you had to pick one team for them to beat in these next games, who was it gonna be?
but that's a lot of work, man. That's a lot
Can
of
you
work.
answer
That's a
my
lot
question,
of work.
sir?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Right
I
now,
think
Pat.
you're bet.
Right
But
My
now.
here's my
Right
brothers.
problem though, right?
now.
Because
Right now.
I don't want to answer because I already
What?
disrespected the
What are
Bears.
we here for?
Because I already disrespected the Bears and I got my ass handed to me every time I say that the Bears are not going to get it done. I end up looking like a damn fool. So I can't say the Sharks are going to beat the Bears this week. And that to me is the best shot that they have at a W out of those 3 games.
Cage. Get in your cage.
So right now, you think the Sharks got a better chance of beating the Bears or the Pharaohs?
Let me know when it's my turn, y'all. I was watching from the shower pause. Hey, y'all wild.
That was wild.
But
Y'all was
but
wild.
that's
That was wild.
Let's go to the V.
but is he? I thought you were in a bath towel or something like that.
Oh,
So,
no.
Pat, are you telling me that you think that the Sharks got a better chance of beating the Bears right now than they have of beating the Pharaohs?
The Sharks could beat anybody in that league. That's what I'm saying. Y'all dragging.
They can, but will
But they
they?
not. But
Why
they're
not?
not, though.
Hold on,
But they're
hold on,
not.
bro.
But they're not.
Nah, bro. You
But
can't
they're
do that,
not,
bro.
Drewski.
Yo, bro, I was at both them games they lost, bro.
Yes,
Exactly.
sir.
Both them games they lost. I was at
Yes,
both
sir.
them
All
games
right,
they
so
lost.
tell me this.
That's what I'm
Tell me
saying.
they next three opponents is the Bears, the Nose, the Pharaohs. Who they beating?
I'm saying that just like because it's easy to run that, bro. Everything else, my son got through. It's easy to run that narrative, bro. But that's not the actual reality, bro. The actual reality of this league is to the point of what Pat said. You might have a team or two. In this instance now, it's looking like it might be the Pharaohs and the Sharks that are going to end up maybe having a few L's on their shit, right? Yes, but that don't take away the fact that, like Fresh just said, they lost 2 games in 2 weeks against 2 nice teams by a total of 3 or 4 points.
But they have the hardest schedule in the league, Drewski.
All right, bro, but we're not making believe the top 4 not making it, right? So top 4 making it, right? And all they got to do is make it. And y'all telling me that you don't think they could beat anybody? You don't think they could beat anybody?
But Drewski, what I'm asking
Sunday?
you is yes, I believe that. I believe that because that's why I said that should be a 16 playoffs. But with it only being a 14 playoffs, losses matter now.
Yeah, but if it's a 14 playoff, look, bro. If it's a 14 playoff, bro, let's be real now. It's a 14
I'm about to get him.
I'm about to get y'all first. Hold on.
Okay.
Say that. Safety, Brody. I bet you already know. We know what we doing, but we're not doing nothing. But yeah, look, get me out.
That's what I'm saying.
Get me
Talk
out,
about
bro.
football,
Look,
please.
14 league, right, bro? Well, we got a 6-team league, but only 4 of them are worth a damn. Let's keep it real. So the 4 teams we talking about, regardless of what, are gonna be in the playoffs. You're not telling me that you think. Hold on, unless you're telling me answer my question. Y'all said for me to talk about football. I'm talking about football. Let's dance, Steph. I missed you. How you doing, Papi? You too, man. But yeah, let's talk about some football. Look, right?
My dogs.
If we got 14 playoffs, it might not look pretty. It might not be the best for their ego. They might not like it. But you telling me EPR or Silk City's going to get in ahead of one of those 4 teams we talking about right now?
With them having to play those 3 teams next, Drewski, you're not looking.
They're not.
Drewski, you're not seeing what's
losing.
going on.
Let me get him. Let me get him. Steph.
Come through.
They're not losing to Silk City. And they're
Hey,
not losing to EPR. They're losing to the schedule. You're playing 3 teams that you're going to have a very hard time beating. 2 of them have already beat you once, but you're playing 3 teams twice. That's 6 games, right? So if you hold on, hold on.
Let him
So if you cannot win, if you get swept,
don't forget your question.
And I'm not saying they will, but if they get swept by those 3 teams alone, that's 0-6.
Yes, but they're not going to get swept by those teams, bro. That's what I'm saying. So
let's talk about
Sunday.
Drewski,
overreaction Sunday.
Drewski,
nobody's finishing undefeated. First of all, let's start.
Okay, that's
nobody's
cool.
finishing undefeated. Let's keep going now.
Pat, write that down.
Bro.
Write that down.
I'm ready to dance with all 3 of y'all. I'm ready. I just came from the gym.
Yes, Pat. I got.
Nah, Drewski looking swole. Drewski looking real swole.
Yeah, I've been starving myself. I'm hangry and all that, nigga. Drinking shakes and shit. Shouts to Joe Lee.
Drewski, best case scenario.
Let's dance.
Best case scenario. They wake the fuck up. They wake up. They win all 3 of these games. They're
gonna go 4-4. They're gonna 4-4 some shit.
Drewski, they already 0-2.
So I'm saying they're gonna finish 4-2.
Show him the schedule, please. Let him look at their schedule.
Show me. I saw that when I was in the shower, bro. I know they only playing East Penn and the Silk City Sharks.
Tell me they 4 wins real quick then.
I got y'all.
Wait, is Stevie Jackson still on that team? The running back?
Hold on.
Steven?
Nah. Makai was looking like.
Bro, they gonna beat who? They gonna beat, bro?
Look, hold on. Look, they just lost to the Nose by 2 points, bro. They play the Pharaohs again, they
Understood.
can beat the Pharaohs. The team they had
They
yesterday
can.
had more niggas on it than the team that they played the Pharaohs with and lost by 1, bro. So I'm not going to give them an
Understood.
excuse, but I can see them winning that game. I can see them beating the
Okay.
Nose. I can see them beating the fucking Bears, bro. They could beat any of those teams, bro. They got to find 2 wins out of 4. They got to finish 500 against those 3 teams in 4 games, bro. You tell me they can't win 2 games out of them 4? Y'all bugging.
Who they beating?
I think, like you said, it's hard to beat a team twice. I think that the Nose got to lose at least 1 game in the regular season.
In Brooklyn,
and if the Nose
in
lose, they're
Brooklyn,
gonna lose to the Pharaohs.
in Brooklyn, the Nose
Yo,
just
my
went
nigga,
to
the Sharks.
Jersey.
All right, then the Sharks don't travel to fucking Brooklyn.
They
Like,
are,
come
but
on,
what I'm
bro,
trying
it's
to
the
say is you not.
Sharks.
What I'm
Come
trying to say.
on.
What I'm trying to
Overreaction
say is that
Sunday.
yo,
Thumbs down for
Drewski.
all of y'all. Tomatoes for all of y'all.
All right, tomatoes. That's true. Cause look at this. You telling me that he gonna go to Brooklyn and beat Spina? Hell no, bro.
My nigga.
That was his best shot right there, bro.
My nigga.
You gonna have
That was
another
his
shot in
best
3
shot
weeks.
right there, bro.
You got
I don't
another
know,
one in
bro.
3 weeks, bro.
I think this shit is
You think the Pharaohs is gonna play with their food? Then that's what you saying right now. With the
No, I'm
Pharaohs
not
at
saying
1-1,
that.
they gonna play with their food?
I'm saying it's a lot
I don't
closer.
know. I don't think they beating the Bears, bro. The Bears got some people over there that's working, bro.
I hear all that, bro.
You gotta be afraid
Pat,
of
let
the
me see their
Bears,
The
schedule.
man.
Bears are my number 1 team. Look, the Bears are my number 1 team.
So the wins.
Tell
for
her
the
what
Bears,
you think they record is gonna be. Everybody keeps saying, "What is they record
yeah.
gonna be?" You little weak comment dudes.
Show the schedule again, Pat. So let's
Pat,
just
I
see
think
it.
if it's
show the schedule
an
for 2
8-game
minutes.
season, look, if it's an 8-game
Ramsey, can you
season
pull
for
a schedule up
everybody,
and show?
I got y'all right now. Look,
So we know they're good. Okay, so EPR
we're gonna have
win.
a 71. We're gonna have a 6-2. We're gonna have a 5-3, and we're gonna have a 4-4. I feel like.
What? Not with the unbalanced schedule. You're not. That's the wild card. Otherwise, I'm with you. But right
Somebody
now,
said
where are
0-5 in the
the
comments.
Sharks wins? Sharks are beating EPR. Got it. Okay. Sharks are gonna beat Silk City. Okay, I got you. So now they gotta get 2 wins against big dog teams: Bears, Knowles, or Pharaohs. Who are they beating?
I think that they got the potential to get
Yo,
one. They're
Pierre,
gonna get.
perfect
They're
time.
definitely
Look at
gonna. I
this.
feel like they're definitely gonna get one against the Pharaohs. To get I think the Pharaohs finished with like 3 losses this year. I think the
Okay.
Pharaohs gonna lose to the Nose once. The Pharaohs gonna lose to the Sharks once, and I feel like the Pharaohs gonna lose to the Bears once.
Pierre's out of retirement, y'all.
Yeah, they need him. They don't got a real number 1 over there.
So
That's what I'm saying, bro. Everybody's gonna,
here's the other problem:
And them motherfuckers is still winning.
is that they've already lost to the Pharaohs and the Knowles in Jersey, and now you have to go to Brooklyn to beat both of them.
Yeah, but if there's any team in Jersey that's the exception to that type of shit you talking about, it's the New Jersey Sharks, Pat.
And
They've been doing it
be
for a
some
lot of
good football.
years.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
they're gonna pop out. The Sharks beat the Nose in the playoffs in fucking Kings Bay, bro.
Hit a
What are we
chip.
talking about?
Hit a chip.
Okay,
Chip.
so let me ask you this: if the
Thank you,
Bears
lover.
Sharks, so you're saying that the Sharks are beating the Bears this week?
No
They
way.
have to.
No way. I
think
put
so.
my push-ups on that. No. Who want to bet?
Only, and mind you, the Bears are my number 1 team, so that's not intended as a disrespect to them. It's just, bro, I don't know.
Nigga want to bet cash, we can bet cash, whatever nigga want to bet.
I don't know.
They
I'll
not
say
beating
this.
them.
How about
Them
this,
niggas,
y'all?
the bear niggas is
How about
them
this,
bear
y'all?
niggas. That Jason got them niggas all right on right now.
I'm hearing a
Let me
bet.
tell y'all something. No, I'm not even saying a bet, bro. I'm gonna talk real shit because, like, I would love for the Bears to win the championship and piss everybody off again. So let's be clear. I'm not fanboying for the Nose. If it's Nose versus Bears and Bears beat the Nose, pause, nigga. I'm gonna have a hard on for like 2 days listening to all the bullshit niggas talking, bro. Like, you crazy? I love that. I love that type of shit. So I'm not trying to detract from anything y'all saying in regards to, but it's like y'all not giving enough credit, bro. I feel like y'all overreacting. These 4 teams, for better or worse, it's everything you said, Pat. You just doing this shit for shits and kicks, bro. It's 4 really good teams that are close enough that I feel like they're gonna beat the shit out of each other all year. Right now, the niggas getting the short end are the Sharks and the Pharaohs. But again now, let's talk again next week because I feel like, all right, now the Bears in a position where now it's, the Bears. They don't like that position. They do like the underdog position. They do like the sneaky position. So now them with the forefront.
Year.
Yeah, bro. And then now with the pressure of the Sharks being 0-2, having lost 2 games really close, bro. Y'all acting like, oh my God, if the Sharks win, it's an upset. It's not an upset if the Sharks beat the Bears, bro.
It's not. I didn't say that, but the way the football is being played right now,
You love this shit, Pat. Fuck out of here, boy. Nigga got me fresh out the shower, sweating, boy. Central air, sweating.
Brother, you can come over here.
Yo.
Yeesh.
Yeah,
So,
Pat. Nah, overreaction.
so you're saying that this week, Sharks Bears is a must win for the Sharks.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's a must win. If I'm saying
Must
it
win
gotta
makes it
be a
heavy.
must win for the
Is Drewski
It's
saying it?
close to. It's close to must win, but it's still not must win because we know all four of them gonna make the playoffs,
Listen,
bro. I
bro,
feel like all four
that
making the
Bears
playoffs, bro.
defense,
not
you
if they
gotta
keep
see that.
losing, bro.
Yo, bro,
Not if
all
they
right, boom.
keep
Let's look.
losing,
We keep
bro.
talking about them. Let's look at East Penn because we already know. Sorry, Silk City, they're not making the playoffs. Let's look at East Penn and show me 3 wins East Penn's about to have.
All right,
Show me
let's
3
go.
wins
East
East
Penn, let's
Penn's about
go.
to
East
have.
Penn. Let's see their schedule.
They got one
Wait,
against
so
Silk
look at
City
what we
already.
doing.
Show me the other 2.
Yo,
That's a
Keith,
good question.
That's a good
Come on,
question. Yo,
dude. Y'all
Pat, you
talking
want to
this
answer
shit
this?
about the
Yo,
Sharks.
Pat, you want to answer this question first?
The
I want
fucking what you
all
call
y'all
it
to
still
answer
got to get
Keith's
plus 3
question.
wins.
Y'all can hear me
Okay.
still?
Yeah, I hear
We
you.
hear
I hear
you.
you.
I,
So,
I want all y'all to answer Marquise's question. That's a good one.
Say for lesbian play with the ESPN show.
Hypothetically, if the Sharks go 0-3, do they still have the team to bounce back?
No. Oh, 0-3?
Hypothetically.
I think if the Sharks lose one more game in this next 3 weeks, they almost done. Because this is why I say, can I tell you why I said I'll go first? It's not
I'll
like
go first.
losing. It's not like you losing giveaway games. You losing games that you got to play. So they just have to play the Pharaohs hard, lost. They just have to play the no homo. They just have to play the Seminoles, a tough game, lost. Bro, that boy, bodies is human people, bro. Like you got to play another tough game against the Bears and then another tough game. Like, bro, at what point does they got to start winning? So if they lose, I say this: if they lose 2 of these 3 games, they don't come out this 3 games stint they got 2-1, it's over for them. They
And
got to
I'm
get
saying,
these
even
2
if
wins
they
now.
finish 1-2, look, even if they finish 1-2, right? If they finish 1-2, they still gonna finish with 3 wins because we got them against East Penn. Sorry, East Penn, and we got them against Silk City one time, right? So it's like, when I get some 2
yeah.
wins, I'm sorry, they get some 2 wins. After the 2 wins now, though, bros, what are we?
So yeah, East Penn has the gauntlet too because they don't play Silk City twice.
So
So
look, where's East Penn getting wins from?
that's a good question.
That's what I'm saying, y'all caught up on the wrong
Yo,
things, trying
Pat,
to jump me.
could you please pull up that team's respective schedule if you have it in
All
front of
right.
you?
So East Penn has the Pharaohs, home against the Bears, home against the Knolls, at the Bears, home against the Pharaohs, and then at the Jersey Sharks.
They go 2-5.
That's what
Oh,
I'm
what's
saying. So
happening?
the Sharks only got to win 1 game. Look, the Sharks only got to win one
That
game
was
against the 4 times they got to play the nice niggas. They got to go 1-3 to make the playoffs.
that was East Penn. Who are they beating,
Yeah.
Steph?
Yeah, who they beating, Steph?
They
Y'all
go
busy
beat the
jumping on the
Sharks.
You
Get
said
the fuck out. Let's bet it. How many push-ups?
Nah, we need 100 per game.
No
Come on,
bet.
bro.
And by the
Yeah.
way, also a good
20,
question.
I don't
20 per
trust it like
game.
that, Drewski. No
Now,
bet.
traveling to East Penn is also a tougher go at it. Now, here's the thing, right?
Good question, T Black. If they
Right?
go
If they got
0-4, does the team stay together?
Ooh.
Hypothetically.
that's a
It
question.
could now
That's a bigger
Drewski,
question.
it's basically could be a race out of the basement. Who can get out of the basement first? Because here's the thing. Now, again, I'm not saying this is going to happen. So I know I already got the whole he doesn't like the Sharks thing. You're 0-2. I'm gonna talk about you guys like you're 0-2. All right. We're not doing style points. This ain't the BCS. It's not the coaches poll or nothing like that. So just going by the standings, not the rankings. If the Sharks can't find wins and they go over except for Silk City, they end up with 1 win. Again, I'm not saying this is going to happen. It will be crazy if this happens, but it's not out of the possibility of happening.
Dennis, what
That
up, Dennis?
Wait, 36-6 East Penn win this weekend?
Against who?
East Penn beat the Silk City Sharks.
Oh, I know.
So here's the thing.
That don't count, bro.
What happens, Drewski,
Talk
if
to me.
the only win the Sharks get is against Silk City, and the only win that East Penn gets is against Silk City, and now you have East Penn and the Sharks playing each other the last week of the regular season,
To make
September
the 4th
20th.
seed.
There's your playoff game.
Yeah, the Sharks gonna beat the shit out of them,
What?
bro.
Really?
That's
Word?
what I'm saying.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yo, bro, the
There's your
Sharks
playoff game.
again, bro. Now we're gonna do. I know it doesn't. It's hypotheticals and all that, but I'm still gonna do it. It's a strong hypothetical.
Right.
We just watched the Nose beat the shit out of East Penn and then take their foot off the gas. They scored 26 points or something in the first half, and then they didn't score any more points after because Uncle Tony, in my theory, by what I think, he wants to make sure they have a season this year, so they're not going to be beating the shit out of dudes when they could, take it a little bit easy on them. For
That's
lack of a
definitely
better
the
term.
theory.
You're talking about
All
great
right,
niggas?
bro.
Or East
Nah,
Penn?
fucking East Penn versus Nose. They 26 or 30, whatever the final score was the score at the half, Rams, right? So now in reverse, the Sharks had the Nose, I believe, 12-zip or 12-6 at the half, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, I think it's a different caliber of team, bro. Again, it's all hypothetical. I know y'all gonna argue against me. No problem. I enjoy it with my bros, but
I think I got a bet lined up. Okay,
what's up? Let's talk about it.
Okay, let's talk
I
about
want
this.
some
right?
more steak. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. I didn't get my get back. So Steph, listen up, right? We're gonna go week by week with the Sharks schedule,
Let me
right?
get to my coffee. Calm down.
Now, you're gonna say stop when the Sharks get their first win. First win. And that's going to be your stake, okay? That's going to be your claim, right? So here's what's going to happen, right? So if you're saying that the Sharks beat the Bears this week, that's 10 push-ups for everybody except for you.
Hold on.
If
I
it's
do
2
gotta say
weeks,
this. Yo, Rim, that's not what anybody. Well, Drewski was kind of being a bigger advocate for saying that y'all just lost by this much. You know what I'm saying? He's not saying y'all got dominated. We just want to know, based on y'all schedule,
Nah,
how will it
Kareem,
pan
I'm the
out?
only nigga advocating for y'all right now. You hear it, Papito? These niggas ain't fucking with y'all. They saying
Love is not
Nah,
fucking with
we
him. Say that.
we fuck with
nah,
the Sharks. I'm just asking some real questions.
it is a real question. So what week do they get their first week? And everybody can, I'm going to write it down, and then everybody's going to take their week or weeks, and whatever that is, you multiply that week by 10, and that's how many push-ups the losers are doing.
I got y'all right now.
Nah.
I hear that. I'm like, I go first. Fuck it, I go first.
The Sharks are beating the Bears.
The Sharks are beating the Bears. So
They're
bet
not going
push-ups,
0-3.
nigga.
I'll bet push-ups. How many you got to do, bro?
How many
I'm with
want to go?
that.
50.
You can do 50, pa.
50
Do that
bet.
regular.
You
That's
already
cake
said you're
and
gonna
nice.
do
Whoa,
50.
whoa, whoa.
That's how you know. You
So
already said I'm
so
gonna do
wait,
50. You heard him?
50. Yeah.
This is tough.
so this
Y'all
week,
Shark
This is
niggas
tough.
sell
This is
ass,
tough.
bro.
This
It's
is
up
tough. I
for y'all,
like it.
bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Football is back. This is tough.
The Sharks is nice. Y'all dragging it, bro.
so
They
wait,
lost
They
who
are
has
by
the,
nice,
3
Drewski.
points,
They
nigga.
nice. They are nice. They are nice.
so
Y'all niggas
so
is
who has the
ugly.
Sharks beating the Bears?
Me.
Drewski.
Drewski. Sorry,
Drewski.
Juan Louis. Don't be mad at me, bro.
So Drewski.
Sorry, Wiz
So
Khalifa.
so if there's a win this week for the Sharks,
Yeah, the beach.
the rest of us are doing 10 push-ups. Cool.
A
So the
bullshit 10. What's
following
that?
week,
No,
I'm
I need
thinking.
more
I'm
than
thinking.
that.
I'm thinking.
uh, that's how we multiply. No, you was
We gotta do it in reverse. How
that
the fuck y'all do these bullshit 10 push-ups? If
not
they put
because
that shit right
it's the
now,
first week. So week 2, who has the Sharks going to the Seminoles and beating the Seminoles?
so what?
Who has the Sharks going to the Seminoles and beating the Seminoles for their first win?
You told me to be quiet, so I
Wait.
think they're gonna get their win.
Go
So I'm
down
gonna be
their
quiet.
actual schedule. Go down their actual schedule.
He's doing it. The
All
first
right.
He
game.
is.
So home against the Bears, at the Seminoles, at the Pharaohs, home against the Sharks,
Which
at the
Sharks?
Bears.
Which Sharks? Which Sharks?
Silk.
So
Oh, they're gonna
it's
get their
home.
win right there. There they go. Silk City.
Yo, this is
That's their
getting crazy.
first win. Hold on.
I already said that
Knowles.
I already said that the Sharks are gonna get their wins the second round they play each of these teams, bro. I highly doubt
No.
that. Hold 1 second. I highly doubt that when the Sharks play these teams that they're gonna play for the second time, that they're gonna lose. I think they're gonna catch some wins, maybe even go.
That's not the
Probably gonna go
question.
500.
No. The
So
question
when
is,
are they gonna
when do
win?
they
If you
get
asking me that,
win numero uno? That's the question.
The second round when they play these teams again. I said that 3 times from the jump. So
so
when
they're
they
gonna
see
beat
these
the
teams,
nose
when they play the same team
in
that
2
they played
weeks.
2-3 weeks ago at that time, I
So
feel like the
no.
Sharks are going to
So
start
no.
accumulating wins.
No. So it'd be for you. It'd be the Pharaohs. No. Oh, sorry, the Knowles. They play the Knowles the second time. So you're saying that they beat the Knowles for their first win in Brooklyn.
Is that the first rematch of their schedule?
Yes,
Yes.
that is the first rematch of their schedule. You're taking that?
Yeah, I'll throw that up there.
Bet 100 push-ups.
No,
I'll throw,
that's 20 because that's week 2.
I want to bet him on the side. 100 push-ups.
That's y'all business. We're not entertaining that now. So
I bet that.
lover, when do you think they're getting their first win?
Silk City.
Silk City.
They about to go 0-5, bro.
And I'm gonna. Ooh, damn.
Uh,
All right, I
Wolf,
don't think because I don't think they're gonna get their first win at the Bears,
Wolf.
and then EPR would be crazy.
I think Wolf.
I'll
Wolf
take
is
them
saying
beating the
My reaction was
Pharaohs.
WOLF8.
That shit was crazy.
WOLF8.
I'll take them beating the Pharaohs.
Them being the
Oh man.
Pharaohs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I win, it's 30 push-ups for y'all. If Lover wins, it's 40 push-ups for the house.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Dunsky. Cool. And to tell you the truth, if their
What
first win
about
is
Ramsey?
against
If Ramsey
EPR,
wins?
I got 130 if I lose. So
Ramsey's on the 20 spot.
I said 130 because Keith said 100. And I thought it
It's
was
20 because it's 2 weeks from now. Again, the longer it takes, that's how you get your odds.
understood. Okay,
Anyhow,
120.
cool. All right. So
What happens if they lose to Silk City?
that'd be crazy.
Nah, they're not losing no shit. They're gonna beat them by 1,000. Let me stop acting stupid.
Come on, the whole penis
I don't
talk.
like
Let's
this. I
avoid
don't like
the
this.
Jersey guys and this penis talks is crazy. Yeah.
I
So
don't like.
if you guys win this week, you're 1-2 and in the hunt, 100%. To tell you the truth, once we get to a Final Four, I don't think we're really all that. I don't think any spread will be like a 2-score spread or a 3-score. I don't even think with the top four, would any of those as a playoff matchup be a 2-score spread? No, definitely not. My point is that the
Yeah, I don't think
schedule is
so.
tough if you don't have EPR twice and Silk City twice. That's a tough schedule. That's the toughest schedule in the league.
And who has them twice?
The Bears and Pharaohs have the Sharks twice. Who has the easiest schedule? I would imagine between the. Oh, that's the other thing. So the Bears play East Penn twice and Silk City twice.
Oh, there they go. The easiest record. I mean, the easiest schedule. What's the no? Who the nose play?
The Knowles looks like East Penn twice, Pharaohs twice. Yeah, East Penn twice and the Pharaohs twice, and the Jersey
Oh
Sharks twice.
wow. Yo, Xavier's stupid.
So,
Would you prefer to
and
plug
play with half a team week 1. Indeed. So, all right.
on them?
Shut out in the second half. Sharks are 2-goal on sets to being 2-0. Indeed.
I'm
But
telling
You gotta
you.
add
the
Uzi
question
back. I
is,
think he needs to start.
I see why Uzi be
are
acting.
they going to be able to finish? That's the question.
Just get nowhere.
See if he's available. All right. So, anything else as we enjoy our afternoon and such?
Nah, man. Just shout out to good football being played so far, and it makes it interesting for us to see what's going on now. So hopefully, I mean, it'll be interesting if the Sharks shut me up and go crazy.
No,
Look at this
one.
guy right here, man. This big silky hat, man. Here, man.
What's
Yes.
going on, boys?
So since we were down on Jersey so much, I figured I would let a Jersey guy wrap up the show and give us some hope for the Jersey teams and such. Now I know you're not going to come on here and talk about hypothetical wins because the what ifs and what have you, as I always like to
Can you
say.
just put him through the?
And
Can
by
you
the way,
put him through the gauntlet? Put him through the
you're
team's name and time to say stop when the Sharks is gonna win.
yes, indeed. I definitely will do that. I'm just saying that Jersey in the comments is making a whole lot of excuses and circumstances, and we're missing this and missing that or whatever. The if scenarios are crazy, and I had whenever my players would say if this or if that, I would tell them, well, if your auntie had balls, would she be your uncle? I don't know. Why are we worried about that? So the bottom line is
Close
Shark.
only cup. Hey, listen, close only matters in horseshoes and hand grenades, right?
There you go. So where is the Jersey Sharks' first win this season? Are they going to get it against the Bears this week?
Where's the game?
The game is going to be. Ooh, I just had it. Ooh, missed it. Bears at home. So it's in Jersey,
In Jersey.
and the Bears just drubbed the Pharaohs 35-7.
Crazy.
Well, again, I haven't really followed what happened with the Pharaohs. Did they travel? So on and so forth, whatever. Da 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 da. Who? Wait. Hold on a second. Who's dirt? Come on, Scam. Don't do that. They're dirt. And
Yo, can you answer the question one? You're not here
I,
for the comments, man.
and listen, you
You can
better
say
change the
no.
tone with me. I don't care.
Come on, after this you can blitz him, but
Yeah,
we
I
need to
got you.
know
I
your
got you. I
answer.
got you. Listen,
You went sidetrack me.
listen. If you're being logical, you'd expect the Bears. You know, they're rolling right now. You know, that Farrell win is an impressive win. The other win, not so much. I don't see the Sharks winning that one, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But I'll go with the Bears. Just to answer your question, Steph, because I know
Thank
you're
you
on your
so
phone early.
much.
So then they have to go to the Knolls in Brooklyn. Are they winning that one?
Brooklyn's hard. Brooklyn's hard to beat
Gotcha.
in Brooklyn.
And then they have to go back to Brooklyn the following week to play the Pharaohs team, which might be somebody. By the way, somebody has to be playing for their lives. And I know Jersey guys feel some type of way, but just understand, if it's not the Jersey Sharks, it could be the Pharaohs. It's not just going to be EPR, and it's not just going to be Silk City. There's going to be another team at least playing for their football lives. But go ahead, sir. Pharaohs.
I could see them winning against the Pharaohs.
And then Silk City Sharks.
Next.
At the Bears.
That'll be
If
the
they're gonna
rematch. That'll be the rematch.
if they're gonna lose one, it'll be at the Bears.
Gotcha. So you have them splitting.
Although last year they went to the Bears, and I don't remember what the final score was. I think they beat the Bears in New York, or 2 years ago,
Okay.
if
I'm
I'm
trying to
not
remember if I was
mistaken.
at
So they
that
can't
game.
travel to New York well.
Okay. Gotcha. And then they end off with EPR.
Win.
I don't win. Gotcha. So you have like 3 and a possible.
Yes.
3 and 2 possibles.
I
Gotcha.
see them
So 3 and 2
listen,
possible.
I see them beating the Pharaohs. I see them
Okay.
splitting with the Bears.
Okay.
Okay, however you want to look at it, they're gonna beat EPR. They're gonna beat Silk City.
They're
So
not
is
beating the
this
Knolls.
week against the Bears a must win, considering after that they have 2
100%.
dates in Brooklyn?
100%.
It'll be like
You
that.
can't
And
start
that's what it
0-3.
is. Indeed. And by the way, to all especially to Lance, and by the way, Lance, you balled your ass off yesterday. Uh, Again, not sometimes in football, it's not a matter of the best team on paper or even the best team or whatever. It sometimes comes down to the schedule. Sometimes it comes down to injuries. Sometimes it comes down to other things. And keep in mind, again, whoever made the decision to play in nationals, I respect it. And again, I'm on record for saying that they shouldn't have been put in that position to have to choose between one or the other. LAL should have pushed their season back a week and let everybody play in nationals. That's my official,
However,
stance on that. Talk to me.
remember last year at around this time, we were discussing the Bears, and they got off to a shaky start, right? And what
Indeed.
happened?
But they ain't have to play these next 3 teams that they're about to have to
It
play.
doesn't. It doesn't. Listen,
Good.
That
again.
matters. That
But
matters.
what mattered? What happened? They went to the playoffs as a 4 seed. I'm
Right.
correct me
I
if I'm
said that
wrong.
whoever's the 4
Yeah.
seed, nobody don't even want to play the 4 seed.
No, what I'm saying is they went into the
You
playoffs. They
said
had
that
to go
earlier.
on the road. They were a 4-4 team, correct? 4-4
Right.
team. Had to play on the road. Had to play the Pharaohs. Had to play the Silverbacks. Everyone in this panel right here, myself included, had the Silverbacks blowing them the fuck out, and they ended up winning that game. So all the Sharks got to do, and especially
Hold on, Rams.
when the season is so condensed the way it is with so little teams and all that other stuff, all they got to do is just find their groove and eventually at the end of the season get it. So then that way, when it comes playoff time, now we're going to talk about the Sharks and how many weapons they have over there. They've got 2 legit top 5 backs in Stephen Jones and Mekhi Caesar. That receiving core, you've got Lance and you've got
Yes.
Ronald Butler and you've got Shamar
Yes.
Sorow and you got a
Indeed.
host of other guys. You know what I'm saying? You Bears got Juan Louis, can Sharks QB, either Sharks the way Juan did. Sharks QB led the unit to a fucking national bowl win and a league championship already. You know, he led the unit. So the guy can win games. All the Sharks got to do is this week is a must win because as a coach, trying to get a team motivated at 0-3 is hard, very hard, regardless of what your talent is.
Especially going
But
into Brooklyn.
If you go, you can go into Brooklyn. Now, can they beat the Seminoles in Brooklyn? Yes, they can.
If the
At
Seminoles
0
are sleeping,
at 0-3, is it a hard task to ask? 100%,
Indeed.
100%, 100. Bro, at 3-0, it's 100%.
Right.
It's a hard task. You know what I'm saying? You at 0-3 is even more difficult. But when you look at that roster up and down the board, they've got way too many fucking weapons. Way too many for these people. Like, oh, they suck, they ass. The
no,
two
nobody
goal
said
line
they
stands.
Oh,
suck.
definitely not. Definitely not.
The two
And,
goal
and,
line stands.
and this has always been the case where we were talking about leagues that have a whole like roster of teams that are all great teams. Somebody who is a great team has to have a bad team record. That's just the way numbers work. And that's what some of our Jersey brethren just don't understand. And the last part is, and I'll let you respond with this one, which is if they go through if they go through tough times record wise, whether it be losing close games or whatever, because losing a close game versus losing a blowout doesn't really much matter. A loss is a loss. Are they going to be able to look at a 1-4 start, or God forbid, a 0-5 start? Are they going to be able to go and continue when we see how fragile a lot of them are on social media? Where the Jersey contingency with the inviting people to their penis and stuff like that is absolutely nutso. Like they can't take any criticism without falling to pieces. How does that look on a football field?
I think they'll be strong enough to get their ass cooked all year and understand that they got to win like 2 of those 3 games, and that East Penn game being very big at the end of the year to be the 4th seed. I think they'll be able to get it together with the roster they got and be able to go into the playoffs. But I don't know how that looks in the playoffs for them if they got to go play the Nose or the Bears. They better hope that somehow the Bears is number 1.
Well, let me ask you guys a question, because you guys are a little bit more in tune than I am. From what you've seen so far, 2 weeks in, right? Who are the top 3 teams in the league right now?
You mean ranking wise, not standings wise?
Correct.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
From
That's a
what
good
you've
one.
seen on paper, from what you've seen on film,
Okay.
who are the top 3 teams based on what you've seen? We're not talking about stats, we're not talking about scores, we're not talking about record, just visual. Who are the 3 best teams in the league right now?
The Sharks have to be up there. I can't even lie. The Sharks have to be up there.
I'm not
Because of
contemplating
the
that. I'm not contemplating that.
because of the way
You putting them
because
before the
of the
Pharaohs?
way that they lost, and they've been like, again, I'm saying 100%. When we're talking about rankings, now we're shifting the conversation, right? Rankings, the Jersey Sharks are the best 0-2 team I've seen in a while.
Yes, 100%.
In a while.
But they gotta start
Let's
winning, bro.
put this into context, right? And I'm
That's
not
what the
They
trying to
rankings
gotta
sound
say.
start
impressed.
winning,
Let's not
bro.
put this into
This
context. There are 2 back-to-back goal line stands on consecutive weeks from being 2-0.
correct. In the
But that could
The
happen
rankings,
Brooklyn
again.
Pharaohs. Let's
right.
say this again. There
Yep.
are 2 consecutive goal line
Yes,
stands from being
yes.
2-0 against
Yep.
the Brooklyn Pharaohs and
Yep.
the Brooklyn Seminoles.
Correct.
Okay, what I'm saying is this. I'm sorry, I might hate me, but I'm going right now. Seeing how it is, I'm going the Bears, the Nose, and the Pharaohs, bro.
I can't. I don't. No. I cannot.
No, you can't. You can't
I
go
cannot.
Pharaohs, man. You
I cannot
can't.
unsee
The
that ass
Pharaohs
whooping yesterday. I
what
I
happened?
can't unsee
What
it.
happened?
I
What on the goal line stands between the Sharks and the Pharaohs?
The Sharks didn't
What
but
execute.
happened? Tell me
my
what
my
happened.
my
Tell me what
my
happened.
opinion.
No, tell
Bad
me
play
the
calling.
facts. What happened?
Bad play calling.
Bad
Tell
play
me the
calling.
facts of the play, please. Come on, don't do that to me.
No, it's the whole stand. Which play are you talking about? Because they had four.
What
They
happened
had
when it
four
was goal line
opportunities.
stand?
Let's
Who
talk
got?
about wait. But let's talk
Did the
about
Pharaohs score?
how do you go to New York,
No,
right?
they defended.
How do you? Let me put this in context. You're the Brooklyn Pharaohs. The New York Bears knocked you out of the playoffs, knocked you out of the spot that you were supposed to be in the chip game, right? So now you got that little vendetta on your back. Like, yo, they took something from us last year. We should have been the ones playing the Silverbacks, right? And then all of a sudden now you go up to New York on a get back and get smoked.
Well, listen here. The Bears
I'm not
ain't
trying to
ass.
talk shit
That's
on
why they're my
nobody,
number 1
but
team. You hear me?
huh?
The Bears ain't
you're
ass. That's why they my number one
he's
team. Right now, I just think they're a little more polished. Then I like what the nose got going on, but I don't know how much I trust all the younger guys that's going on. I mean, I trust them, but I trust them with veterans on the nose because they know the more nose way. I got to see if they don't crash out when it's time. What I'm saying, Pharaohs played the Sharks, right? So we just gonna keep giving that to the Sharks. Don't got their starters. Sharks did this, so cool. What happened on the goal line, Ramsey? Can you tell me? These OS don't want to tell me. What happened with the goal line stands?
The Pharaohs got to stop.
They got to stop, right?
I mean,
What I
Okay.
remember.
Have a good night. Have a good
So
night.
what you're saying is a
When it
3-point
mattered the
loss.
most, what did the
Wait,
Sharks do?
the 3-point loss to the Seminoles means
Reverse
less.
it.
Wait.
Reverse it.
Hold on.
If
Let me
you would
finish
have
my point.
gave Reem the ball, if you would have
Wait,
gave
wait.
Reem the
Let
ball right there,
more
what would
do
happen?
one.
Let me finish my point. You're trying to tell me a 3-point loss on the goal line to the Seminoles means less than a 35-point, 30 or 33
No,
point
I
loss
don't. I think
to the
that's the biggest
Bears?
shocker. I think that's the biggest shocker. And then when I go to name my third seed, I'm saying, am I going to put the 0-2 Sharks over the 1-1 Pharaohs when one of the Pharaohs win is
But we're
against the
not talking.
0-2
But no.
team?
We're not talking about
What
seeding.
do you
We're
mean?
talking about the visual. We're
Yes,
talking
the
about the
visual. I don't
visual.
got. To me, the Sharks is doing like what they doing it. They're gonna get there and
nah.
then not do
Okay.
it,
Hold on for 1 second. Hold on for one
bro.
second.
They had
So
the ball, drove it all
let's
the way
speak.
down. Pat, hold
Let's
on.
speak.
But
Hold
why
on
I
for 1 second.
can't
Hold on for a
speak?
second. Because
One at a time. One at a
I
time.
no, I gotta
One at a
clarify for the
time.
comments.
We hear
There's
what
a
you're saying.
difference. Hold on. There's a difference between bad play calling costing you a game
Yo, play calling
rather
don't look.
than
Yo, bro.
hold on. Rather than the people in the comments talking about plays that were called back because you broke the rules and an official threw a flag and your shit got taken off the board. That is different. If you didn't play football the right way, referees are part of the game or what have you. However, when you march down the whole entire field off the strength of a back that is literally running through people and you get to the goal line and just like Marshawn Lynch, you know why I'm here, and you don't give him the ball, that's different than getting a
Now
kick return call back because of a block in the back.
My
Not the same.
question is, are the coaches part of the team or not?
100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So okay, and I don't, and that's what I'm saying. So when they come down, all right, they shaky, they 0-2, even though it was this, they won it when they got smacked. I'm trusting lighting them over the Sharks now. So I'm putting them as my number
Okay,
2
so
seed.
let me ask you this, Lola. So if the Pharaohs, not to say that this happened because it didn't, if the Pharaohs were using their backup quarterback yesterday instead of Reem and got beat 35-0, you wouldn't be saying right now, well, they didn't have their starting quarterback. Come on, Pat. You would say that, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So the Sharks did not have their play caller who made the calls that kept them out of the end zone on the game-winning drive.
Okay, I got you.
All right,
Let's
then. There
smell
we
what
go.
you cooking.
I'm cooking today, man. I'm cooking today.
But guess
All right.
what? Guess who's my number 3 team?
Who's your number 3 team?
The Pharaohs.
Pharaohs.
Ramsey, who's your top 3 teams? Eyesight test. Never
Oh
mind the
man.
standings. Leave the standings out, wins and losses out.
That nigga on the Sharks is not fucking with Reem at quarterback, man. Y'all bugging, bro. Oh, y'all crazy?
Who looked good in both games? So teams that played 2 games, who looked good in both games? The
Not the
Knowles looked good.
Sharks.
The Knowles looked good in both games. You can't
The
deny that.
Sharks was just went Pat. The Sharks
Yeah.
was just winning, dancing. They took Keys up top, and lost. What are we talking about? So now
I
the
would
play
have to.
calling is so good. The backup play caller was so good for the Sharks. He did everything so good to have them in the game. And when it mattered the most, he crumbled. Oh, the backup play caller was there. What? He just so if
No,
he
but I'm
scores
saying
it. So
who.
if they score in that
Okay.
in that 4th down drive, I'm like, oh, that play caller did good. Do they even need the other dude? It's no what ups here. They play with who they got.
There is.
Got
So
cooked.
there's 2-2-0
No, but
teams.
no.
Hold on, there's 2-2-0 teams that have looked
We
good
guys,
in
we're
both
missing
of their
something.
wins.
Yes.
2, and that's the
Yes.
Knowles and the Bears.
Yes.
Okay,
And the
so
Knowles
that's
and the
1-2 for
Bears
me.
have the best defenses in this league.
Okay,
Straight
so
up.
Knowles
The
and
Bears might
Bears are
have a
off the
better
board.
defense than the Knowles on the low. On the low. Especially with the acquisitions that they got this year.
So
It's really
so
crazy in
out of the
Bears land, bro.
hold on, Ramsey. So out of the remaining team that are not 2-0 and have both and 2-0 have looked good in both games, You have the Pharaohs, who looked good in one game and got their ass kicked in another one. You have the Silk City Sharks, and we're moving on. We have EPR, who got their ass clapped in one of the two. And then you have the Jersey Sharks, who were highly competitive in both games. So I got to say, when you talk about the eye test, the Sharks are number 3, even at 0-2.
I'll give you.
What?
I'll give you a college
What?
football example. I'll give you a college football example.
What?
Wait. I'll give you a
feel
college
You thought
football
that
example.
shit was flying
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there?
go ahead, Warren. Go ahead,
You
Warren. I
thought
love
that
college
shit
football.
was
Let's go.
flying? That
I'll
shit
give
is
you a college
dying.
football example.
You
I'll
hear
give you a
me?
college.
The Sharks look shaky when it mattered the most. When it mattered the most, they coach got shaky. And you coaches is saying that you can put them in the top 3. That's why y'all old coaches is gatekeepers and us young coaches is real. 0-2 is no way. That says do.
So
0-2 equals
so
do.
what does coaching say
Coaching
when you
matters.
when you have a revenge game and you get blown out of
They
the
got
water?
cooked, bro. I'm gonna tell you this. If anybody plays the Pharaohs great, it is the fucking Bears, bro. No
Right.
other team
So-
plays the Pharaohs. So like
Right.
I said,
To your point, right? Would you rather
Arrow.
have a coaching staff that at the end makes a bad decision, or
two
a coaching?
times one.
Wait.
You
Let
play
me make my
football
point.
once a
Let me
week.
make my point. Would you rather have a coaching staff that at the end of the game makes bad decisions, or a coaching staff who couldn't motivate their team on a revenge game, and they
To
were
be
not prepared
competitive.
from the door? They weren't prepared for that game.
Are we talking about the
The
same
latter.
coaches that won a game already this season?
Say again?
Are we talking about the same coaches that just already won a game this season already?
I'm talking about.
Is that what we talking about?
I'm talking
Look,
about
he
the decision.
frozen. You know why?
I just can't see
now-
them being.
No, but now what happened?
I just can't unsee that.
1 and 2. Then what happened? Who
Well,
the
I'm
Pharaohs play
asking
next
you
week?
this. Did they win again? One, okay, hold on. And one don't know, so we all can help. Not you don't know, but just in case you don't know, that's all help because I asked for help too. How did they lose the first game of Sharks? They had the ball on the goal line?
Yep.
Against who?
Against the Pharaohs.
And they didn't score.
Nope.
How they lost the second game?
Goal line against the Seminoles. Didn't score.
And they didn't score.
Through a pick. Right.
So guess what, Warren? Let me ask you this one before I get animated. The first game they had, they play caller one. Let me talk to you. The first week, was they play caller in Nationals or was he at the game?
I don't know. I can't answer.
I know where he was at.
I know he was
He was at the
definitely at
game.
Nationals.
He was at the game, Ramsey, and what they did. Lost. So with him, they lost to an elite team. Without him, they lost to an elite team. They coaches ain't learning. Because if I'm the coach on the side, you get all the way down there. You're great. You're smart. Stephen Joe, Wooty Bank. Get down there and do that dumb shit. And y'all telling me they top 3 and at least lighting them. Okay, they got clapped, bro. Cool, I get you. The Bears ain't the same Bears team that they used to playing, and them Bears dudes know them. Walker's not trash.
No, 100%
And they
not.
won a
100%
game
not.
against the
And
team.
listen, I'm not disrespecting Drew alike because I got the
Not at all. Not at all.
both of them.
Not at all.
I got the utmost respect for both of them.
I don't think
we ain't look at it
what
like
I'm
that. We didn't look at it
No,
like that.
no.
No. There's some
Football,
sensitive people in the. There's sensitive people
Oh
in the
no.
comments.
I don't even
No.
think back. I don't even hate the Sharks. Y'all know I be down with the Sharks. But I'm just speaking when we talking about what's going on, bro. Nah, y'all, I can't jack that, bro. These dudes got to the goal line twice. So what about Juan? Okay, Juan, look at this. This is why me and you was cool. Revenge game, right? Who, right? Cool. They got their ass cooked. Juan, you telling me I don't know if you ever was in a quarterback or running back position where y'all had to feel this pressure. But you telling me after you lose a game week 1 on the goal line with the ball in your hands, you don't win. Week 2, you got the ball in your hands again. And you don't find a way to win, and this dude can run the ball too? Don't miss me with that shit. Putting them top 3. So where's the revenge? Where's all that energy? You just lost last week, gang.
No, yeah, Pat,
Yeah.
you played quarterback. Wait, Pat,
And
you
then
played
they want to say,
quarterback.
and then it was Ronald Butler didn't play.
Wait,
Westbrook Butler didn't play.
I'm gonna say it like this, Steph. I'm gonna say it like this.
Do I got a little point on?
I can see your point.
Thank you.
And it's a strong point. I don't agree with it, but I can see why you're making.
I respect that. I can
see why you're making.
Yes, because I see your point too.
What
I
what
do
I
agree.
say,
But
what
Because
I
they can
see,
be 2-0 right now.
understood.
They can
But what
be
I
2-0.
but what I see and what I hear coming from Juan is that the effort that the Sharks had the two times they went out to play football were good enough to beat the Silk City Sharks both times. Were good enough to beat EPR both times. And to tell you the truth, on other days would have been good enough to beat most teams. So again, they are the best 0-2 team I've ever come across. Unfortunately, which was a bunch of what our conversation was about, the numbers are going to be what they're fighting against, not opinions. Because if opinions carried your record, they'd be 2-0 right now. They're one of the best looking teams that we have seen so far, even with players missing and all the blah 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 blah, whatever. They are a good football team. If you're sitting there watching them, they're a highly competitive, very functional football team. They're getting good quarterback play. Their defense is
Niggas threw
playing
one
very
bomb
well.
and didn't throw no more bombs like that the rest of the game. These coaches, y'all better have a coaching clinic for them, or send them over here and we coach them up. You know what? Send them to Atlantic City where Spina be going. These little
Glazer,
retards.
the Glazer
They
I
gonna
do
money.
get
I do
better.
say Spina be by himself down there a bunch of times.